fixed. And fix my chat. I want to hear what everybody has to say, not just what they say is top. Now for the fun thing. What do we want to color today? I kind of have a feeling, because there's a couple I've really been urging to do. This one is actually very high on my list to do, but I don't know that we're going to do him today. I'm thinking one of these might be the answer. I'm actually very much looking forward to doing that one as well. I don't only want to do the cute and pretty ones, but there's one particular... Of course, there go my birds. I'm kind of torn between this one and where to go. I lost the picture. I've misplaced a picture. It's a talent. So I'm kind of between this one and this one. So I am going to have to stop and deal with my birds. I think I'm going to go for this one to start with. Just because I really like the look of this. Just kind of a fun idea. Hello, Lori. How we doing? As you can tell, my birds are in a whole mood because I dared to leave the living room. We've been watching scary videos together. I have no idea what it is today. It's just going to be kind of a... What I pick up is going to end up being the way we go. But sometimes that can actually be a lot of fun. Would you like to bird sit for a while? Most of the time they are fantastic. Sometimes they are a lot. I love them, and I wouldn't take anything for them. But they can definitely be headache-inducing when they're not in the mood to behave. Today they're not being too bad. Though it sounds like they're trying a word that I have been teaching them because I think it's funny. I am teaching them to say that they are sandwich or sandwich to mess with my boyfriend when he gets home because he gets home next week. I do that a lot. I teach them random words to mess with him when he gets home. Nugget was funny. That is one fun part about having a pet that can learn to talk is... Yes, I said Nugget. Hush, baby. I dared to talk to them, so now they're going to yell more. I think we're going to see if we can get a different word out of them. I'll be right back over. You want milk? Yeah, you want milk? You tell me. Yes, I have pieces. Okay. Yeah, for milk? No, we're good. Give me all the pieces. Birds, much like toddlers, are very easily dried into peace. And probably my favorite word, or my favorite phrase, when it comes to birds that are being a little bit fussy, is full beaks are quiet beaks. Which, this coming from a lady who would give her daughter chewy granola bars when she was just going absolutely bonkers on me. So, same basic theory, different size. But of course, if I give the conures, I have to give the cockatiels as well. Hello, hello, welcome back. Sorry, I had to run away for a second. Had to bribe my birds to give me a few minutes of peace. Now they are all happily munching on millet. Which, if you ever decide to have birds, never ever let your millet supply run out. Bad things happen. Quickly. You can't really reason like you would, you know, actual children. Because in reality, they're birds. They're not wanting to hear that you need them to do what you need them to do. But if you give them a thing they like, it gets much, much easier very quickly. Thank you. That was actually a clearance dollar store thing right after, like 2 or 3 days after Valentine's Day. I love my silly and oddball cups, but this is probably my favorite because it is really big. And I don't just drink coffee for my lives. I drink probably more coffee than anything else. And I don't really have a space set out for the color in her eyes, but we're going to create it. Just a little hint of blue. And this is random coloring at its best. I'm just kind of grabbing colors and figuring out where to put them. So I actually have very easy access to do exactly that. I love my dog cup. It is definitely a lot of fun. Trying to figure out if that is supposed to be strap or if that is a piece of her headpiece. I think we're going to call it something coming off of her headpiece because I'm not 100% certain what else it could be. Millet it's actually a type of seed. I can actually show you real quick. It's actually seeds that come in these wonderful little bunches that are really easy to hang in bird cages. It keeps them happy, gives me peace. It's actually good for them, so they get a lot of actually different types of treats. We do that. They love dried fruit. They love fresh fruit as well, but we have to be a little bit more careful with the fresh stuff because I have allergies. They like some vegetables, not all. They're kind of like tiny feathered people. They have their own tastes and individual things. My two even actually really like different types of music. I'm really kind of enjoying this random colors everywhere thing. We're 10 minutes in and don't have a crazy lot of color already, but that's okay. We will get there. I'm going to treat this as dress. It's weird because this book does cite an artist, but some of them do actually. It has a few little AI red flags in it. Hello, Tegan. How we doing today? And I guess they could do kind of a combination of AI and actual art. I don't see why you couldn't do something like that. I'm doing pretty good. I am a little bit sore and tired after yesterday, but that's part of life. I'm not going to go nuts on the dragon this time around. Just because as cool of a detail as he is. Oh, there went my voice. As cool as a detail as he is, he's actually not the focal point this time. Or at least not completely the focal point. I don't mind the idea of using a digital assistant. It's the random things like this that doesn't really go anywhere. That's an easy sign of, like, somebody put an AI prompt in. It happens. And kind of this down here where it doesn't really have any kind of cohesion to it whatsoever. Though I'm kind of realizing we do have what looks like a cape coming up and around. Or some kind of fabric, maybe part of her dress. It's hard to say for sure. A lot of these look like hand-drawn art. And then there's a lot of them that look like they might not be. Like this looks like hand-drawn art. To me. I'm gonna color it happily either way. But I'm just kind of curious about the process they used. More out of artistic nosiness than anything. However it was done, it did come out very, very cool, which I appreciate a great deal. There we go. We're starting to get some colors down. I guess it could be a wing, but it's hard to... The way it's wrapped around her, it's hard to say. I just noticed I missed part of him over here. And then he kind of wraps up behind her headpiece, which that headpiece is truly incredible. Excuse me, I'm getting a little bit stuffy. Let's see. I can imagine we have probably a lot of good uses for this guy. But I think we're going to use it more than anything in here. Kind of to tie her headpiece into being a metallic. And if you hear odd noises in the background, I do apologize. That is my washing machine. I have to work tomorrow, so I need clean clothes to do that. It's kind of frowned upon to go to work in your pajamas, though I really wish it wasn't. I wouldn't really call what I wear pajamas as so much as I live at home in yoga pants, a t-shirt, and a sweatshirt most of the time. And it's not exactly work appropriate, but it's very comfortable. Realized I just kind of left a small amount of that uncolored. All right. I may come back over these with my gel pen. I don't know yet. Sometimes I do like the pops of shiny in there. I probably won't do this one just because I still have not figured out what it is. It's just a random string of silver, but okay. We'll go with it. Let's see. Oh, okay. Guess we're continuing on this guy. Okay, I like the contrasting greens. I am a fan. I'll do his little beardy thing in this screen as well. And then we'll do his horns. I'm glad people appreciate my cups. It's one of my oddball collections. I love fun and silly coffee cups. And I know it's not the healthiest of option, but I am someone who 90% of the time I have a cup of coffee. So my ridiculous cups actually do serve a purpose as well as being cute and fun. I am a big believer in do things that bring you joy as long as they don't harm other people. And goofy coffee cups bring me joy. Even when I spill my coffee all over myself. Hey, I didn't get it on the picture, so we're doing okay. Right? And in case you thought I was kidding, I really, really am not. I did actually spill my coffee. It happens. I'm human. Mistakes were made. It's another carryover from my time as a retail manager for a very long time. Mistakes happen, own it and fix it, and everything will be fine. Oh, that's gotta be stink. I have to keep something to drink just because my voice is not used to going for half an hour to an hour at a time nonstop. So I will hit a point where my voice just says, yep, no more, unless I keep something to drink handy. And it makes it fun to be able to show off my ridiculous cups. And it's fun now because my family gets involved and friends. And people buy me different cups now, as well as ones I pick up. I don't like this lighter green around the eye, so I'm just adding in some detail with a darker. And I think we're going to just kind of go over top of that. And just give it a little bit more something or other. I don't know the word to use there. Just adds a little bit more to it. There we go. Nope, that's too yellowy. I don't want to do her in the super peachy tone that I use a lot of times for like my elves and mermaids and stuff like that. She looks to me like she would be in the sun a amount, so we want to give her a little bit of a tan. So I'm just kind of deciding which version I want to go with. You know what? When all else fails, go with just straight up tan. Though I'm super creative in the different tones I'm looking at. Oh, did I really? I am just a mess today, guys. There it is. At least once a day I've got to lose my pencil sharpener, apparently. It's just the way it goes. I actually intentionally pulled it out of the box. Still managed to misplace it. There we go. I'm a little bit sad that I'm working an entire weekend this week. We've been very short on hours at work, so I've actually been getting short weekends quite a bit here lately. I've gotten just a little bit spoiled, I think. I work more for something to do than the money of it, so a lot of times I'm the first one, or one of the first two, I should say, that gets my hours cut whenever they need to pull hours for other people. We are the semi-retired people who just need to get out of the house a day or two a week. And the discount helps with the pets, which can't complain about that. That's a little too purpley for what I want. Pardon me as I'm debating here. I don't want a lot of color, just kind of a suggestion on her lips and eyes. Just enough to make it kind of almost like a natural look type of look. Just that little bit. I'm going to try this again with my coffee. Babies, eat your millet, watch your TV. Yes, millet. That went a lot better than the last one. And if you're just popping in, please pardon the birds. They have opinions, and we have to listen to those opinions, apparently. I tell people on a regular basis the type of birds that I have, which are teeny true parrots. They're one of the smaller breeds of actual parrots. And they are absolutely toddlers with wings. If they are not getting their way, they will throw quite literally screaming fits. I'm going with the it's a cape idea here on this. I don't know what to do with everything else in this little corner, but with that part, we're going to call it a cape. I kind of like how that ties in with the jewel and the necklace. I did not mean to put that back in. Now, actually loving the way this is coming out. It's been a super fun game of pick a color and do something with it. I knew I couldn't go an entire page without that happening at least once. Babies. Do we need a nap? You need a nap? Yeah? Apparently we need a nap. Excuse me for just 1 second. You want to take a nap? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yes, I hear you. Take a nap. Taking a nap. This one is Artlicious. I don't actually remember when I bought these colors, so. We have reached the point with the birds where we actually do a countdown every night when he's on the boat and away from home. So we count how many more sleeps before Daddy gets home. And like right now we're down to 6, and they will demand nap time 2 to 3 times a day for the next 6 days, because their little minds, well, 6 more sleeps, they're going to try and cheat the system and do extra sleeps and see if it shortens the time. I wish it worked like that, but they will actually get to the point where they demand sleep, and there is just nothing I can do but let them have their covers for a little while. Ooh, I like how that came out. We're going to do this little section up under her hair with it as well. But you can bet if they are not ready for nat, he does. He works on the rivers. He is a cook, and he's gone for right about a month at a time, and then he's home for right about a month at a time. So it's kind of an interesting way, and it's not a lifestyle that everybody and anybody can get away with. It works for us, but it can be very, very challenging at times, especially with the amount of pets and his mom, who I take care of when he's away. Well, his is less of a cruise line and more of a tugboat. He works for a company that moves barges up and down the river. Well, the river systems, because he's not limited to one river. He ends up all over the country. It's kind of neat, and I love when he sends me pictures. If I can remember to, I'll show you. I'll pop one of the pictures he sent me up on my community page, because he sent me a beautiful, like, unbelievably stunning sunset the other day. Same day I actually posted the video. It just happened to work out that way. Because it was pretty here, but it was absolutely stunning wherever he was at that point in time. And I am once again just throwing color down randomly. But it's working together, and it's kind of giving it that life that I wanted. Let's see. I don't think I have anywhere I really want to put bubblegum pink. It's the first color that I've actually picked up that I really just don't have a use for. Had to happen eventually, though, right? One of these days, we actually have a plan when he's not on the boat to start him his own channel working on his cars. Because he has the 57 out front, and then he has a bunch of other vehicles that he's wanting to repair, restore, or just generally fix and sell. But we end up having so much else to do when he's home that he has not gotten around to it just yet. We are both creative people, just very different types of creative. Sometimes creative comes in very handy with my creative, though. Like if you've seen the watering can project, the punched out butterflies that the light shows through was actually his idea. I was just going to have the butterflies painted on it and just have the lights coming down out of the spout. And I think his idea really just changed the whole look of it. And he was nice enough to punch out those holes for me, because I don't know that I should be trusted with drills of that nature. I am a bit accident prone. So I'm coming in with this bronzy tone and just kind of filling out the rest of the headdress here. I'm not sure if that's headdress or hair, but the color is similar enough that we can get away with it. Which is kind of why I picked that one. I think I might have to do more of these kind of videos where it's just grab a color and go with it, because I feel like it's ended up being really neat. It's not the same. It's definitely not the same vibe as I think it would have gotten if I just sat and planned the whole thing out. It's definitely been a lot of fun to kind of see where it ends up putting the different colors. Is that something you've ever tried to do, Lori, or are you more the I will plan this out and know what I'm doing? If you've never tried it, I recommend it. It's actually kind of fun. Though harder to do if your pencils are organized. I usually will look at a page and have some idea what I want to do with it. This has been actually a ton of fun. Just keeping my mind blank and letting just whatever color I grab end up on the page. I think this will be a good for this over here. Oh, that's bright. That is a bright, bright greenish yellow, isn't it? See, I a lot of times will see exactly what I want. That may morph and change a little bit as I'm working, but I usually have some kind of end game. My problem, and the reason I get so tongue-tied trying to explain myself sometimes, is I have a very odd little brain that does not work the way it is supposed to. I'm one of those people who doesn't have an inner monologue. I'm also somebody who does not think in words. I think in pictures. Like, I can see it in my head, and then I have to figure out how to put what I see in my head into words that other humans can actually understand. Which, that is easier said than done a huge amount of the time. But a lot of the time it does work in my favor. Just that I feel like this is something that I missed that should tie into something else, but we're going to just make it purple and call it a day. It works for me in my creative thought process. Communication, not so much. Now, you are definitely more talented with like the shading and things like that. You do incredible with your pictures and making them really pop out. And apparently you have a voice that works for my birds, because they still absolutely love to sit and watch you. It's kind of funny how that works out. Kind of missed one little strand of, I guess it's his little chin hairs there. We can go back over with the green that I used. Ooh, that made an interesting color. I'm going to have to remember that. I like that combination a lot. To the point we're going to actually do the rest of his hair in that. Sorry, ADHD hyperactive or hyper excited moment there. But I think we have come to the end. I think I finally got her pretty much finished. So I won't be back on this weekend, but I will be on Monday. I should be on Tuesday as well. Wednesday, it's gonna depend on what time he needs picked up or if he needs picked up. But it should be another good week for us. So until then, I will talk to you guys next time.